Hello everyone, this is Jerry here, Minnow Moto, riding Skyline Drive, enjoying this beautiful weather up here on the mountain. But now it's time to start grinding those beans. Coffee with HDR.
Hey, good morning, and welcome back once again to another edition of Coffee with HDR. Today is show number 95. Yes, we're cranking them out. 95 for November the 5th. Can you believe it? November already. 2022. I'm your host, Jack. Good old friend, HDR. And that was Mini Moto. Thank you so much, Mini Moto. He rides a beautiful Pan America. And I got to see that bike at VAM. It's just an awesome motorcycle. Like everybody with these Pan Americas, man. They're just a great bike. And having a lot of fun on them. So, supposed to be a new one coming out, right? A new Pan America 750 is in the pipeline. So, we'll have to wait and see how that works out. But I got audio coming out here. We will go through our good mornings here today on this brilliant, beautiful, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous Saturday here in southwestern Pennsylvania. It's going to be like 77 degrees for November 5th. November 5th. And I remember Road Glide Andy when I posted my video, like I'm ready to park my motorcycle, put the cover on her, jack her up off the ground, and, tuck her away for the winter and put her on a trickle charge. And Road Glide Andy said, whoa, wait a minute, buddy. Wait a minute. Hold on. There's going to be 70-degree days in November. And I said, Road Glide Andy, you are nothing but crazy. Absolutely crazy. He was right. Let's go through some of these good morning. Good morning to Dean Crockett, Captain Ed, the Smyrna Cowboys in the house, Jim Wilson, Mike Bodine. Road Glide Andy is there today. Beautiful day for November ride. Road Glide Andy, very, very true. HDAV Travelers in the house, D.A. Bishop, Will, Pete's 1800, good morning. Mike Bodine, I got you there before. Paul, hello. Rocky J. The next Pan Am will be a 975cc, same motor as the Nightster. That's a great size there, 975. And I wonder what the total, they call it the wet weight, right? Wet, W-E-T, and I don't know. If they get the motorcycle all wet, I guess, and they put it on a scale and they go, hey, in the rainstorm, it will weigh this much. I don't know what that means, wet weight. Is that with the fuel and oil and everything, or is that empty? Or is that curb weight? There's also curb weight. Curb weight is when you put your motorcycle up on a scale and you put it on the curb and you see how much it weighs. That's curb weight. So those are my renditions of that. Good morning, Marine Rider. Nice to have you on board this morning. Thank you for stopping in. Flounder 361. Flounder, thank you for coming in. A lot of new people this morning. Thank you so much for joining the live stream here of Coffee with HDR every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wet weight is fueled, oil, etc. Ready to ride. Okay, Pete, thank you. Now I know what wet weight is. I used to think, they put the bike like in a car wash and get it all wet, and then they weigh it and go, hey, Bob, how much does it weigh when it's wet? Well, Joe, it weighs, about, 975. Let's dry her off and see if we get some weight off of her. I didn't know. Anyway, Be the Rider PA, good morning to you. 75 here in Central PA today. Yes, it's going to be like 75 to 77 here in good old Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we are ready to ride. Ready to take the bike out there, hit the roads, and do some miles today. Clocking up those old miles. The winter miles are a lot more fun than the summer miles because you never know when you can get them, right? If you get that bike out and crank out 200 miles today, good day for that. Good day for that for sure. 77, Google says, yes, 75 to 77 here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Also, a beautiful day today. I am going this morning with my family, and I got two of my grandkids coming today. I think two, and we are going to take them to see a parade because what kid does not love a parade, right? And they're going to see a fireman's parade, and that's going to be absolutely awesome. So, I go because they have chicken over an open pit fire. That's why I go. I love their chicken over that open pit fire, man. It is so good. And I went there one year. I really got disturbed. I get disturbed easy, I guess. But I went there one year, and I actually ordered chicken. This was about 2 in the afternoon, maybe 3-ish, and they're like, "I'm sorry, sir. We're all out of chicken. Ah! We have no more chicken for you to eat. But you're known for your chicken over the pit." "I'm sorry, sir. All the chickens for the day have been sold." "Have been sold? What do you mean they've been sold?" And we didn't get any chicken. I was so upset over that. I didn't go back the next year. I was like, forget you. You don't buy enough chickens. So now, what they did now behind the fire department, they put in a chicken coop. They raise all their own chickens. So they just go out there and they just put them on the pit, man, and they are fresh cooked. Yummy, yummy chicken. So I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, Pete says it's 67 in Florida. Pete, come to PA and ride with me, man. I found some amazing roads to ride. I'll tell you a story about that. It was really funny. Good morning, Anonymous Biker. William Buck Brown, good morning to you. Glad to have you on board there this morning. Bodine 52's in the house. Good morning, Bob. Glad to have you on board there with us this morning. And nice to have you in there. I was talking to Bob this morning already a little bit, and we were chit-chatting up there this morning and about comments on videos. And sometimes you get some negative comments. Sometimes you get some positive comments. So, but that's neither here nor there. But we talked to him. We calmed him down. He's okay. I said, if you get 1,000 positive comments and 1 negative, take that with a grain of salt, right? You can't make everybody happy all the time. We know this. Let's see who else is in here. HDAV Travelers in the house. That's it. I don't see nobody else coming through there. Let's see. Bob loves negative comments. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with a negative comment here or there, right? So anyway, a lot of you have actually this week, it's funny because I guess I posted something on Instagram, and a lot of you have found my one of my new YouTube channels. And the reason for the new YouTube channel and talking to Bronco Rod and Bob, and they kind of understood, was adventure motorcycle riding and Harley Davidson riding do not go together on one channel. They clashed, and it didn't work out very well for me. So I created a brand new channel for the adventure riding, and I'm trying to keep it to that. It may become actually a Royal Enfield channel because there's a plan for another Royal Enfield in the garage in the pipeline here. So, and mainly it's just going to be like a Mrs. HDR's bike. She's been looking at one of the Royal Enfields. She actually really likes the 350 Meteor or the 350 Classic. She likes that smaller bike size. But I'm trying to push her into that Interceptor 650 because then, maybe the good old HDR could take out on a ride there, on a touring ride there. So we'll see how that goes down. But anyway, good morning, HDR and friends, from Danny. Good morning, Danny. Nice to have you on board there this morning. Hi, I'm Sean, Jack's friend. Do you have the idea of the Riviera bar? I think it's Washington County along the river boats can pull up. I've never seen that. I've never been down to the Riviera bar, but that'd be pretty cool to go see there. Sean, Jack's friend. Hi, Sean. How you doing, man? Glad to have you in there this morning. Sean's a really great guy. I had a lot of time to spend with him at VAM 22, and he was riding with Jackie Boy and Mrs. Jackie Boy, and just a fine group of people. So welcome to the show there this morning. I do enjoy having you on board there with us. Marine Rare says, I love the criticism. Makes a good conversation. Yeah, sometimes I may change the name of the channel, Pete's Moto. And Pete, that's a great name too. Pete's Moto, or Moto Pete. Sometimes put it in front like Moto Pete. That might work out also. But yeah, I did find out. So pushing the Himalayan content onto a new channel, I found a different audience for that particular kind of motorcycle. And I think most times when you follow a certain brand, I think it's the whole brand of people coming there. So it's pretty awesome. It's fun to do. Is it hard managing more than one channel? Yeah, yeah, it's hard flipping back and forth. I wish I can write a program maybe. And if you see behind me here, I've been writing some software. If you see right back there, I'm actually working on a couple different software programs. Ideas I get for computers is something I think might work out, maybe for my students. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just start writing up some different programs. But I would like to write a program where I can pull all the comments from all my channels into one pane. They call it a pane of glass or one screen, and take that screen and um, be able to take all the comments and answer them from each different channel. Because right now you got to flip back and forth across different channels, and right now I'm running four, two motorcycle channels, one technology channel, and one Photoshop Elements channel that I'm keeping up on. So they're all growing okay. The technology channel's been around for a long time, so it's got almost 22,000 subscribers. And like I said, I've been doing that since 2005. So that's why that one became very, very popular before the YouTube blew up. Before anybody with a camera could be a YouTube star, right? And a lot of people on there for photography, and I do a lot of computer-based stuff on that channel. So that is 42, number 42 Technoman, or if you search for Jack's Tech Corner. Also been writing lately for my blog. My blog is also jackstechcorner.com. I write all kind of technology stuff there for the general user, and sometimes you'll find technology stuff I write in there for the network and systems administrators that kind of help them along. So it's just I love writing. Many of you know, or maybe you didn't know, I've written a novel some years ago, probably about 5 years ago. I completed that novel. It is for sale on Amazon, and there's also two short stories on Amazon. I wrote two short books. And the one book, everybody reads it, and they've been messaging me, and they'll send me nice emails and say, well, when are you going to write the second half of that, or the second book to that, that short story? And I've tried, and it's so hard when you end a story a certain way or you kill off a certain character to bring the story back. It's really hard to do that, and I've tried numerous times. Good morning to Debbie. Glad to have you in there this morning. Sad that you're not going up to the festival there with us and the kids to see the parade. What did you find out about my computer? Rogue Glide Andy said. Rogue Glide Andy, they are still working on it. They are still coming up with a plan, they being the other teacher in the classroom. And he said that it is probable, the best thing you could do, though, is buy a new video card. And the video card that he was looking at was, I think, like $450. But he said all your video editing is processed in the video card. So that's something to remember. HDR, do you recommend different channels for different hobbies or just different playlists on one channel? Marine Rider, I would recommend different channels for different hobbies. Absolutely. Sometimes you can mix content. There's been very successful YouTubers that mix things up and it works for them. But what happens is, it's going to screw with it, and Bob taught me this a long time. It's going to screw with your analytics bad, because let's say, for instance, if like me, I love fishing, I have a boat, I love to fish. If I start doing fishing videos and put those on my Harley channel and create a playlist, so a fishing video, let's say I put a Harley video up and it gets, I don't know, 4,000 views. And then you put a fishing video up and you're not really known for fishing on that channel, it gets 200 views. It screws your analytics all up and the rankings and everything. So very highly recommend two different channels. Good morning, Toby Northern. Harley Diners Ride, good morning. Glad to have you on board there this morning. Let's see. Be the Rider PA, any idea on the bar we can't find again? Let's see. Oh, they're still looking for the bar to go have a few beers. All my other hobbies, I want to keep fun, and so screw another channel. Anonymous Biker, you have a good point. That's why I didn't start fishing channel. I've had so many people say, hey, man, we fish for crappie or crappie, whatever you want to call those. And when we go out on the lake, myself and Henry, my buddy Henry there, and even with Mrs. HDR, we'll come back in the live well, we'll have anywhere from 15 to 25 crappie in the live well. And we'll talk to other fishermen, like, how many did you catch? And we'll be like, well, we got like 2. And people are like, well, why don't you create a channel and teach us how to catch those fish like you do? And you're right. You're very much right. Is sometimes another hobby has to be a hobby. Because when you guys know, when you start a YouTube channel, it becomes a business. It becomes something that you lose sleep over. It becomes something that, you want to thrive to make better. And we all want, try to make a better channel. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you just need a hobby. But that's years ago, that's where my photography went into. And I'll tell you exactly what happened with that. Let me tell you. I got a couple stories here. So when I first started in photography and I first started editing, and I was using Photoshop Elements to edit my photos. So I had a question one day and I thought, well, I'm going to go to this new thing called YouTube and I'm going to look up a video. Maybe I'll find a tutorial. Somebody can help me to edit this photo. Here's what I got. I'm going to try to do this the best I can. So the video starts playing. This is what you hear. Loud music playing, right? And they're typing. First you click on the file manager, and it was like, why am I reading a video? That doesn't make any sense. And it dawned on me, people didn't know how to hook a microphone up to their computer, or they didn't have a microphone. I was like, wow, I could probably do that maybe a little better and help people a little more. And that's what Bob brought up this morning. He said, aren't we all here just to help people? When we do a video about something, we're just going to help. Sometimes we're just going to talk about some fun stuff. So I set out with, okay, I started off with just screen recording software. So you've never seen me, and a microphone, right? A nice microphone. This pod mic right here that I have, guys, these are $99. $99, and it's absolutely a phenomenal microphone. I've had microphones that cost, I've paid some of those, don't tell Mrs. HDR, some of those microphones I've paid $500 for some of the microphones I've had here in the studio, and they sound no better than this $99 microphone. And even this microphone right here, check this one out. Let me see if this is my microphone I take on the road. You guys probably see me with this microphone. It's a Fine. It's actually Fine, a fine microphone. This microphone is selling for like 50, 60 bucks, right? And look how easy it is to connect to your computer, guys. It's USB, right? It's absolutely easy to connect to the computer. It works extremely well. Don't drop it on the floor there, Jack. That's going to be bad. So getting good audio into the computer anymore is not really, really expensive, right? Now, if you buy the pod mic, you do have to buy a box that goes in between. I think it's called a Foresight. It goes with the XLR because this is a studio microphone. You plug the XLR in, and then there's a USB cable that goes into the computer. Anyway, so back then, I have that mic. Some cool guy told me to buy it. Pete's 1800. Good, man. It's a great microphone. It really is a good mic. See if anybody else. William Buck Brown said, dang, Mr. Jack got beats. There you go. I laid down a little beat for you. Toby Northern, Pete, and Bob. Okay. So, yeah, the blur on my camera is I'm using actually my 35 millimeter camera. It's a Sony A6000, and I'm using that for basically it works as a webcam, and it's a still camera, and it's a video camera. So it shoots great video at 4K. It does all this great stuff, but what I found is it shoots 4K when you're doing a webcast, right? And the lens that you see on there, the lens actually costs half as much as what the camera cost. Because when I teach photography, I teach people, it's not the camera. It kills me. People go out and they buy these cameras for, I don't know, $4,000. They want a full frame camera. First of all, they don't even know what full frame means. They don't even know why they want that. But if it's the most expensive, it's got to be the best. And then they put like a kit lens that comes with it. They throw that on there like, my pictures look like crap. I can't do anything. You have to buy good glass. Great pictures are in the glass. It's not So much the camera. Yeah, the camera has to be decent. The Sony a6000, I've had this camera now, I bet you, for at least 5 years, maybe longer. And it still works absolutely great, guys. I mean, I got extra batteries I carry with the camera. And like I said, you'll see a lot of my garage videos I shoot with this camera. It's just wonderful. But I put very good glass on it. I had a lens one time that I bought, and when we were doing weddings, the lens cost me $2,700 for the lens. But I was shooting weddings, and weddings you only get one shot, so you better have a good piece of glass. Anyway, the thing about this lens is it gives you good depth of field. So you see me pretty clear, but you see my custom dynamics sign in the back, and it's kind of blurred out, right? Just a little blurry. So that just shows you a little bit more about, how a camera works. I need to upgrade my webcam. It looks like a good one, Marine Rider said. Harley Davidson, I have a Canon M50. Really like it for everything off the bike. Frosty Traveler, good morning. Nice to have you on board here with us this morning. Trying to see here. William Buck Brown, Bodine, are you still having trouble like I am also with helping Mr. Remington? I use a GoPro for my webcam, and it's not hateful. I tried using the GoPro for the webcam, and it's just too wide of a shot for me. It's just like the whole entire room is lit up, and I put it on linear mode. It's a little better. I do use that for some of the garage videos, close-up stuff around the bike. Anyhow, let me get back to the other channels. So on the photography side of things, I started creating Photoshop Element tutorial videos, right? One after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And I got so many of them on a channel. Here's I'm going to tell you exactly why you shouldn't have everything on one channel. So the channel was going through the roof, right? 15,000 subscribers, 18,000 subscribers. The income was about $600 to $700 a month on that channel, right? It was a great revenue stream for me, and it allowed me to buy more photography equipment to do more content. And I think that's wonderful to be able to take the money you're making from YouTube and put it back into your YouTube, because YouTube also is a hobby, right? It was just a hobby for me. Well, then I made two cardinal sins with the YouTube channel. One, I got a little bored with the Photoshop element stuff. So I said, okay, well, instead of just doing elements, let's do some photography stuff. So I started taking cameras out. I would film me shooting people. I would film me photographing people. Mrs. HDR was a model of mine for many, many times. We did live shoots. I did live streams every Sunday morning, just sort of like this one. And she would be a model. We have backdrops here. We have studio lighting. I have so much equipment in this one corner over here. I can't fit anything else in the corner because I have light stands and backdrop stands and all that stuff. I spent a ton of money on flashes, off-camera flash, on-camera flash. I have a ton of stuff. Anyway, but what I'm saying is everything was purchased through the YouTube channel, right? So that was kind of a double whammy there. So it was like, okay, here's my Photoshop elements that built my channel, that built a great group of people. Then I would do online every Sunday morning. I would do what was it called? Jack's photography with Jack, or something to that nature, right? Then we started doing the live shoot, which it didn't work out bad. People's like, oh, that's great how you shoot this or shoot that. I would go out and show you custom white balance, how to set your cameras up. Here's the problem with that. There's so many different models of cameras, like motorcycles. There's so many different model cameras that what happens is my settings might not be exactly like your settings. So that was a bit of a problem. Well, then I started introducing some computer stuff in there, right? How to write programs, how to work on Windows servers, how to build a network, blah, 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 blah. I started getting all this different content laying on top of each other. I started losing some interest, and I started seeing the views start to go down. Here's where the views really took a tumble, and this is my fault, and I'll take the hit for this every day. As I said, I was making $600 to $700 a month on that YouTube channel at that time, right? The income was great. What happened was I figured out how to start making, I started making tutorial videos and packaging it, right? Like an online class. So I made an online class and packaging that. Well, there's a lot of people out there still today that does not have high-speed internet. You'll hear that with the government. The government always talks in the Senate, we must provide high-speed internet to everybody in the United States of America. Good luck, pal. Apparently you never left Washington, D.C., because a lot of these areas I live in, there could be one house and it could be 12 miles from everybody else. There's no cable company in the world running that one house a fiber optic line for 12 miles unless that person pays to have it ran. So, government, do all you want. I wish you would get out and actually see where your supporters actually live. So I started pressing these videos onto CDs and selling CDs. If you go back and watch some of those videos, because I go back and look now and see what was my demise, I ran a 10-minute commercial. You need to buy my CDs today. They will help you with Photoshop elements. They will teach you everything you know. These CDs are the greatest thing since the toaster. You need to... I started advertising so heavy. And that was the demise. People started whoop, 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 going. People would email me, comment me, and scream at me and tell me I was basically an idiot. Which in hindsight, looking back at it now, I was. I was absolutely an idiot. We started getting snow yesterday. Pink's Adventure said, I'm just trying to read the comments as I'm kind of chit-chatting here. Sounds like a Starlink solution. Paul knows Starlink, the satellite internet, guys, is the worst internet you'll ever buy in your entire life. It's garbage. They can't make it any better. Maybe Starlink is the new, is it Amazon? No. Elon Musk, the owner and CEO of Twitter. Yay! Who gives a shit? Anyway, maybe he'll do better with his, but satellite internet is really, really horrible. There's too much delay, too much lag time with it. Good morning, Larry. Good to have you on board there this morning. Thanks for coming in there this morning. There is a Goldwing channel that he was great, but then he became all about his business. Lost me. Pete, you're right. That's exactly what it was. Even though these CDs, and Mrs. HDR will tell you, every time there was a new version of Photoshop Elements, and it comes out every October. Matter of fact, I just got the new one downloaded the other day, and I started already working with it. What happens is, and what happened with me was, I got too wrapped up in the money, right? And when you get too, it's American Greed, right? Watch us show American Greed. That was me. They could do a video on me, a whole series on me for American Greed. I got so greedy for the money. It was nothing but money, right? Money, money, money. It was no more like Bob said, are we helping people? That had nothing to do with it. I wanted their money. So I got to the point was I would produce a new CD and I kept email contact lists, right, from everybody that's purchased them before. Those are all my clients, all my customers. I would drop an email when I had the first CD done. No lie. Within 20 minutes, I'd be watching TV and I look at my email. I would have 50 orders in the first 20 minutes. People wanted to order the new CD, the new version on CD, the new videos. I had nothing made. So I'd have to come up here and copy CDs one after the other after the other. And I was labeling them, printing off labels and putting labels on them, putting them in nice envelopes. I'd go to the post office with a tote and it would have, 200 packages in there. And she'd go, she said, HDR, I guess you came out with a new version of your videos this week. I was like, yep, I did. She knew. And I would ship all those out. And that started being a good income, right? That was $1,000 a month. It was coming in. Money was coming in. So when you start seeing green, you start getting mean. Okay? So when it's about the money, not great, right? So I think that's where this channel goes. Bob was showing me analytics. He shows me how much money you can make. And so this channel, averages, $60 a month, basically, on Harley Day Rider, right? $60 a month. You got to do a lot of work for that. You want the maximum amount of views. You want all this stuff. And you guys know, you guys are monetized, know how it works. You're looking at it. You're looking like this video made 12 cents. This video made $22. I got to do what that video did. I got to redo that video. But it gets to be about the money, right? Drop the money. My new YouTube channel, both of my new YouTube channel, right? Um, the new Himalayan channel or Royal Enfield channel I'm doing, and the Photoshop Elements channel. Guess how much money I make from those? Zero, because they're not monetized. Maybe Road Glide Andy has a point. He said my channel will never be monetized because he knows once the greed gets in, the content goes down. Okay, that's not what you want. Just do it for fun, right? So. On the Wing and a Hog, had a team building event a few weeks ago. All the employees put together 80 bicycles for little kids. We donated them to Toys for Tots. The USMC granny who came over for the team to collect them had tears in their eyes. That's great. There are YouTube bikers out there who have grown to 100K plus and now seem like they are always pushing join my Patreon. Buy me a tank of gas. Help me buy a new bike. Toby, man, you are right. You're so right. Henry laughs about that. He comes over. He said, "Hey, did you watch that video? There's a couple, I guess, they're selling across the ocean to different continents, right, on this sailboat, and they are doing that by way of your money, right? People giving them money." And Mrs. H.R. said, "Isn't that just a panhandler?" You know, we bitch about that guy out there standing with one leg. He's a vet. And he's standing on the side of the road. He's homeless. He's holding a sign. He said, "Give me your change so he can eat." We bitch about that guy. But we pay for people to take vacations around the world, and they don't have a job. They don't even work. You know, all they do is shoot videos. We're out here selling on our boat. You know, we're cruising across here, selling on our boat. And they're selling on their boat there. And we're paying for them to vacation. Guys, it is funny. It is funny, Toby. And I say all the time, once you get that Patreon in there, once you got your hand out, you got your hand out. And the reason that is, YouTube has created this sense that I don't have to have a job. I don't have to go to work. I just put my hand out and you'll grease it. You'll put some money in it, right? So, I mean, I'm even looking at, and I put this membership thing up on this channel, and I'm going to take that off because I don't want your money. I don't want to take your money, right? I want to have your friendship. That's all I want to do. You know, I want to build a community. So, Pete's 1800 said, "If it's about the money, I wouldn't be doing this anymore." Pete, good. I'm glad you have that attitude. You're right. You know, and people will well, Rogue Glide Neil will call me up and he'll start bitching and be like, "Look, you did this, you did that, you did this, and he would tell me, he says, "Why are you always worried about having more views?" The only reason I say this is because it's a lot of work to produce your content. Right? You're out there, you're recording your videos, you're traveling around, you're riding around. It's not so much about looking for more income as much as getting the views because I want more people to see what I created, right? Because you go out there and you do these great creations. Guys, when I take the cameras off the bike, you've done it. Put your camera out there, your GoPro on a tripod, and you ride your bike. You ride up past it. You have to go back, get your GoPro. You have a helmet one. You have a 360 camera up on the back of your bike to have all these beautiful shots. And if you do all that work and 4 people watch it, was it really worth you wasting your time out there? Guys, get out there, throw a half helmet on, ride your motorcycle, man. I've been doing that lately and having a blast. I've just been riding me and the engine. Miss HDR will try to text me a few times and I'll look back at that and I'll be like, she'll be like, "Well, why didn't you answer my phone call?" I don't have a Senna on. I wear a helmet with no Senna. I don't want to talk to anybody. It's just me and the motorcycle, right? It's a love affair that only motorcycle riders will understand. So, On a Wing and a Haul said, "I created a channel for my own video editing learning process. I don't expect to be monetized, nor do I care." On a Wing and a Haul, great. One reason I do my motorcycle videos is for my grandkids. When I'm dead and gone, I know that channel, at least I hope YouTube doesn't find your date of death and delete them. But I know that my grandkids can always go back and see Grandpap riding his motorcycle and enjoying his life. And I put life messages on. I got a video I talked about. It was on the other channel, actually. It's the latest video on there. And I talk about that. I go to work every day so I can enjoy my life, right? I don't want to beg you for money. Please give me $1. Please join my Patreon. Buy me a cup of coffee. Buy your own freaking coffee, right? Buy your coffee. Why am I buying you a cup of coffee? I don't even know you, right? Now, if I am with you somewhere, I'll gladly buy you a beer. If I can shake your hand, now you're a friend of mine, I'll buy you a beer. But I don't know if these people, I'm not going to give them a cup of coffee. Toby Northern said, people panhandling your example are asking for kindness and no retribution. Okay. Uh, just give and forget. Some bikers are sharing their global experience with us in return for membership. Different. Is it really different, Toby? Why can't a biker go out there and experience the global riding experience and not ask you for nothing, right? It's on them, you know. So, and I'm not saying it's not great. Trust me, we sit, myself and Mrs. HDR sit, and if there's a new Itchy Boots video comes up, it's in like our evening watching thing, just like a sitcom. Like, oh, Itchy Boots got a new video. Come on, grab some popcorn. Hurry up. We got to watch. See what she's doing. We got to know. Because she is great. It's great content, Toby, and you're right. And I love it. And I love a lot of your content out there, right? We're just talking about the monetization of stuff. For a couple YouTubers I watch, I really enjoy their channel. As their fame grew, the channel got a little boring to me. That don't make it the same entertaining content anymore. Pink's Adventure, you're right. And Pink's Adventure, Pink got a new bike, and I love that content. I love him out riding in the dirt, riding in the trails. I love that kind of content because it's different than what he's ever done before, right? And he didn't buy that new bike to get more subscribers or to get more content, or maybe more content, but not more subscribers. He didn't buy that bike to make more income, to get monetized fast. He bought that bike because it's something he enjoys, just like why I bought the Himalayan, you know? Bob said that he talked to me one night, and Bob will tell you, he said, did you buy the Himalayan because of this great explosion with adventure bikes? You know, was that your driving force? No. My driving force was I watched Pete's 1800 and Colin ride their Pan America adventure bikes up this gravel road, and I did take the touring bike up there. I made it, but I would have much rather had an adventure bike, and they were having so much fun. I buy things that have fun. That's what I want to do. I want to have fun, right? I agree with Toby. I use YouTube as a hobby, nothing more. Marine rider. I don't want to feel like it's a job. Right, guys, you got to right. Real Jackie Boy. I created my channel for myself to share with my friends and family. If anyone else watches, that's cool too. Jackie Boy, you hit the nail on the head. And I talked to Jackie Boy. Jackie Boy is absolutely 100% surrounded, engrossed, infatuated with his grandkids, just like me. I do this stuff for my grandkids, right? And their grandkids. Hey, look at great-great-grandpap, you know? My dad and my mom are gone. They're passed away. I don't have a lot of video when they were living. Probably none. Because we never had one of those little old, even the 8mm cameras, you know, when you were a little kid and they'd film Christmas. We never had that. We didn't have a camcorder or anything. I got still pictures of my mom and dad to remember them by. And I'll always use those to remember people by. But isn't it great that our grandkids can watch videos of who we were? What did we do to have fun? Because maybe they'll have fun. Danny says, I gave up chasing money years ago. I get much more fulfillment volunteering for veterans and children and animal organizations. That's perfect. Let's see what else in here. I bought a Pan America because it was a new challenge to go to Alaska. Pete, I can't wait to see your Alaska videos. That is going to be awesome. Pink's Adventure said, I grew up riding dirt. I really wanted to go back to it. Man, I'm sure glad I did. And I am sure glad I did also, guys. I'm sure glad I bought that bike. I was just watching a guy's video here this morning. I don't know what his name is. His channel is called October Alone. He's got 370 subscribers. He just bought a Royal Enfield Himalayan. And his video, the Royal Enfield Himalayan video, he just put on his channel. It's got 983,000 views. And the guy, he has 370 subscribers. Check him out. He's called October Alone. He has 4 motorcycles in his garage, right? And I'm telling you this story because it's kind of like me. When I go out to ride a motorcycle, he says he has 4 motorcycles, and he always seems to pick up the Himalayan key. I don't know why that is, but I guess because I just can go places I've never been. Even around here, I got lost the other day. I had to turn the GPS on to get back home. I was so far out in the wilderness. And there's a video coming out that I'm going down the road and I turn on this road. I always see this road to the right and I turn. I get down and there was nothing but mud and dirt going up this hill. I'm like, I got to go. I get partway up this hill and look right beside me. There's this big sign. No trespassing. Trespassers will be shot on sight. Turn around now for your own good. What did I do? I turned around right in the middle of the mud on the Himalayan, like I'm trying to get around there. And you'll see it on the video. It's coming out on the other channel. But I repeat that, Jack, because I'm living, not dead, serious about it. Come visit me and meet with me in your area. Then coffee and beverages. Yeah, Toby, Jackie Boy is super great. They're great people. We got to meet them. Where'd my mouse go? Trying to scroll back up through this. I've been chit-chatting too much here. Let's see what else is going on here. The best part of YouTube channel is making great friends, then getting to meet them in person. Marie Rye, you're absolutely right. And that's what VAM does for us. VAM is here. It's going to be VAM 23 is coming up here next, probably July. The Dusty Chronicles, good morning. Good morning, y'all. Popping in for a while. In the shop working. Riding in the afternoon. High in the 70s in Atlanta. It's going to be high 77 here in southwestern Pennsylvania. So yeah, anyway, that's the biggest thing. Monetization is not for me. Meeting new friends because of YouTube is priceless. Smarty Cowboy, you're exactly right. GoPro sucks, laugh out loud. How it always freezes and you come home with audio only. Anonymous biker, man. The other day, my GoPro locked up. I went out, I shot 3 videos. And I came home, and I like to come home, and Miss HR was cooking there. So I'm going to go run up and pull these videos and have a look. And I knew the GoPro was acting kind of funky when I was out there because I do use, the wireless remote. You've seen it on my bike. It said I was recording. The GoPro on my chin was locked up. There was no way I would know that. It gets locked up to the point where I got to take the helmet off, right? And take it out of this little mount right here. I got to take it out of here. And then I have to take the battery out, put the battery back in to reset it. Because it won't turn on, it won't turn off, it won't record, it won't do anything. I lost a whole entire vlog, right? A whole entire video. And the bad thing about that is when I go out, guys, you know how sometimes you'll go out and you'll have a topic in your head. I watched the YouTube guy says, to be a successful YouTuber, script your video before you leave the house. So you should know exactly what you're going to talk about, before you do your video, any video. Be it, he talked about computer videos or if you're doing motorcycle videos. Have it scripted. Have an understanding of what you're going to say. Well, first of all, once I get out there and start the engine, I forget everything I was going to say. So when I go out, I just record whatever comes to my head. And I had this video. So for me to redo that, I don't even know what the topic was. I don't even know what I was talking about. So there's no way to redo that. But I did. I lost the whole entire video on the GoPro. Harley Diners Ride. Have a good day, HDR. Breakfast is ready. Cheers. Have a good... Harley Diners Ride. Have a great day up there in Canada. I hope it's beautiful weather for sure. Real Jack Boy says, HDR. Hi, HDR. Founder is Sean from... Yeah, I know. He brought that up. He mentioned that. I'll tell you this because I know how much he likes to remain anonymous. Yeah, how he keeps telling everyone he was nobody. Yeah, this guy, Sean, would tell everybody that was his name. Nobody. I'm just nobody. Well, he said, too, I don't have one of them YouTube channels. I don't want one. Real Jackie Boy puts him on his YouTube channel, but he doesn't want one. So, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. It's funny, isn't it? All our riding upgrades and experience to put on YouTube ultimately end with the meeting of other bikers. Those relationships are priceless. And you're right, Toby. When I met Toby, as far as I know on his channel, has never portrayed that he's been in the military. And I was in the military, right? I was in the Army. On the front of Toby's bike, he has, and I don't know if he cares me telling you this or not, but I will because I want to thank him for his service because he's a wonderful man. On the front of his windshield, there was a paratrooper sticker. So, I had to ask one of those senseless questions. Oh, were you a paratrooper? Like, he didn't just buy the sticker and slap it on there. Nobody would do that, right? If you go out for Veterans Day, and there's many, many restaurants for veterans that give you a free lunch or a free breakfast, and you go in, And I always ask them, do you need proof that I was a veteran? No, sir, thank you for your service. Because we would not portray being in the military if you were not, right? You just wouldn't do that. So, but Toby, thank you for your service. But I would never known that if I didn't meet Toby Northern, right? Face to face. I got to see his motorcycle. I got to see what was on it. I got to see what he's proud of. Just because you're on a motorcycle doesn't mean you just are proud of your motorcycle. You're proud of your other accomplishments in life, right? So I think that's a wonderful thing. I went for, on the wing of a hog says, I went for a ride last Saturday to capture the fall foliage. I thought I turned both cameras on. I actually turned them both off and I rode for an hour. Lesson learned. Hey guys, get this. So on the GoPro, many of you know the GoPro 7 has this little microphone dongle thing on the side. And it's, I don't know. I guess they didn't want to put a circuitry in the GoPro, whatever. I don't know. So that's going to be Velcroed on a camera. And you plug this little USB thing or USB-C thing inside of the GoPro. Many of you guys have this to get your audio from your internal microphone into the camera. Well, here's what happened there. So, one day I was out riding and recorded a great video. At least I thought it was great. Nobody will ever see it because I came home. I forgot to plug the little microphone thing into the side of the GoPro. It happened to many people before. So, HDR, I always enjoy watching vlog videos with Jackie Boy. But as people become famous, you could see their attitudes change and their heads swell. No longer very attractive. Lovely Luella. That is very, 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 very true, right? I did a video on that too not too long ago. And well, I mentioned that in there. It wasn't about that. And I said in there, I don't know. Let's back up a minute. So years ago when I first got on YouTube in 2005 with the other channel, 2005. Okay, think about it. That was before YouTube was sold to Google. Okay, Google didn't own it yet. It was kind of new. It was a new frontier. I told Mrs. HDR, I said, one day the Hollywood signs will be taken down, right? Okay, there'll still be a Hollywood, California, but there won't be any movie stars. There won't be any people living, the lavish life of a movie star, $15 trillion to shoot a movie or because everybody in their house with the GoPro now can be a movie star. Well, that's what's happening, right? They get a little fame, right? Little fame. Just like me on my other channel. Remember? I got a little fame. I got a little niche where I was selling these DVDs. And then all of a sudden, I just wanted everybody to buy the DVD. I didn't give crap about helping people. And that's what happened. Since then on that channel, just like here, you'll notice it's a whole different game where I post it and forget it, right? I do these videos to help people. That's why I have Photoshop Elements TV. It's only Photoshop Elements is all I do on there. I don't do any photography. I don't do any... Those videos, you don't even see my face. All you see is the screen, and I try to keep those to about 5 to 7 minutes, right? If I could do it in 4, great. Because I cut out all the BS. There's no, well, hi, my name is Jack. These are my videos. People don't care about that. They want to see how to do something on that channel. So I just show them how to do it. It's not monetized, and I'm very, very happy with that. If 5 people watch it, fine. If 55,000 watch it, that's fine too, right? Just like my latest video on my new Himalayan channel, I looked and I told Mr. HR, I said that video did really, really well. I said it did like 2,500 views or something. And guys, it's not monetized. That's the only reason I want that. The only reason I'm telling you this, I want people to see my videos. I want people to see what I've done, right? See what I've worked on. How did I edit it? What did I do special? So, Toby Northern, hi there. I think you're 100% correct. I think that this has been fast-tracked by the pandemic isolation. Yeah, I think you're right, Toby. Toby seems... I leave the camera at home for a purpose. I'm not tempted to break them out just to enjoy the ride. And guys, that's exactly why I'm selling my Senna 10C Evo. Because I find with the 10C Evo, I've learned a trick with it, I'll tell you that. But I found with the 10C Evo being on the side of your helmet, even if you don't think you're going to record anything, you're reaching up. Recording. Hey guys, how you doing out there? And then I just roll into this video, right? Because I have the camera right there. It's always there. With the GoPro, right, I just leave it at home. I don't take it. But when that camera's always there, so what I have found with it, and if you have a 10C Pro or 10C Evo and you want to go out ride and you don't want to be tempted, leave the memory card at home. It doesn't work. I pop the memory card out and I throw it down here on my desk and I go for a ride. So when I do hit it, it says, no memory card present. It's actually a film where it says, no memory card present. And you're like, oh, great. Now I can't record a video. Good for me, right? So, but that's why I'm starting that camera off. I'm actually looking at putting the new Sena on there. The Sena communicator, I think it's the 30. Is it the 30 with the mesh networking? I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but I also have a 20S here. I'll probably put the 20S on my helmet just so I can talk to Miss Sage here, because she was worried when I started selling. She goes, oh no, we can't talk together anymore, because she loves to talk to me on the bike. And we talk for miles and miles and miles. Like I'm sure Jackie Boy and the real Jackie Boy, they're looking at getting communicators. I know they talked about it when we were with them because they ride their own bikes and you can still communicate between bikes with it. So it's absolutely great. But Toby, I think you're right. I think the pandemic the isolation did create this, where I have to get out there. We couldn't go outside. People were locked in their houses in some cities. You couldn't even go to the store. So this gave us an outlet so people can see that we're still living, I guess. I hate the Sena video quality, Pete says. Never much liked it for videos. Plus, I need to talk to Mrs. 18 about CarPlay for the wing. Yeah, but you know what, Pete? A lot of people use these, and I told Rogue Glide Andy because he has one. A lot of people use these. I know Bob and Colin use it just to record their audio on. And Colin, a couple of times, the GoPro locked up, and he used it as backup video. So it is nice for audio, and then you can splice them together. But I really love the GoPro audio with a wired microphone. I think it's a lot better, and it picks up a lot of ambient sound around a motorcycle. So I think that's really, really, really key there. So, but Smarty Cowboy said, I recorded a dash cam because of stupid drivers. And Smarty Cowboy, that's a great idea too, for sure. Did you have a mid-snow station identification this week? I did not. I didn't get any snow things this week. Oh, mid-show identification. No, I didn't. Hey, Toby, what's going on with that? Hold on a minute.
Hello everyone, this is Jerry here, Minnow Moto, riding Skyline Drive, enjoying this beautiful weather up here on the mountain. But now it's time to start grinding those beans. Coffee with HDR.
All right, Mini Moto, thank you so much again. That was my station identification, which Toby pointed out. We didn't do that 30 minutes in. So, the real Jackie Port, I record a lot, but since I don't talk on my videos, the camera is not distraction. I look at the footage later for it's good to take the video. If not, nothing lost. Frounder said we have mystery murder diner tonight. That's pretty cool. I like those. That's pretty neat. Yeah, the real Jackie Boy brings up a good point for sure. Hey guys, thank you for smashing the like button. I do appreciate that. And make sure when you guys are riding around, and if you want to, think about this a little bit, since everybody's in this chat room every week, mention Coffee with HDR on your videos, right? Promote it a little bit. Help me do some promotion. I've always wanted the Coffee with HDR to be a great place for all motorcyclists from all brands to come in here and chit-chat together. And we talk about a lot of different stuff, obviously. We did a lot of YouTube talking this morning, my beliefs on it, my feelings, and but you guys are very right, and I was saying that lovely Luella, Mrs. Jackie Boy is absolutely right. A little bit of fame can make like this a big ass head, right? Like you think you're just the chicken on the block. I won't say the other word. We'll say the chicken on the block, right? And you think you're the badass person out there because you're getting all this attention. Yeah, my biggest thing with these is making friends, shaking hands, and you guys know that. I've met a lot of you. If you look at my website, I do have a website for Harley Day Rider. It's harleydayrider.com. Look on the picture. There's a link there. It says pictures with friends. Now, some of it never made it. I don't have some of you because sometimes I forget. And I tell my students sometimes I forget because I'm getting older. But I like to get a picture with you shaking hands or, with my arm around your shoulder like when I meet you. like I did, I think, with Moose and Mike Killy 7. But I put the pictures on her because that's a constant reminder to me of why I do this. I do it for the friendship. Don't do it for the money. You're not going to get rich on this. You're not going to quit your job. You can quit your job. If you can live on $47 a month, man, go for it. Quit your job. I don't know where you're going to be staying, but, the way I look at that is that little bit of whatever cash flow comes in, that's a little bit of gas money or something, or oil for the bike or something like that. But don't rely on it. Don't rely on it, because you'll start making, like I did on the other channel, $600 a month. We started figuring that into our monthly income, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? You're right. I screwed it, right? So then it was $400 a month, $200 a month, $100 a month. Now it's like, $8 a month, right? So don't ever figure that into your income. Don't ever say, well, now I can go buy that new car or that new motorcycle because I got money to make the payment, because that money is not guaranteed. The next person that comes along with a better smile, brighter smile, maybe a cuter makeup than you, and they're riding a new motorcycle, maybe a newer model than yours, your revenue goes down, and now theirs will go up. That's the way it works. So I've watched this trend since 2005. I've been doing this a long, long, long time. So Windroad Therapy, good morning to you there. Yeah, glad to have you on board here. We are getting ready to wrap it up here for the day. I got to go spend some time with the grandkids. I need to text my son. Maybe he'll bring my grandson down. But it is going to be a nice day for a ride, so I will be out there. As be the rider, PA said, get the knees in the breeze. I can't do that on the touring bike, but I do that for sure on a Himalayan because there's no lower fairings or lower lowers. I don't know what the heck you call those. All right, everybody. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me here again. Put this out on your videos. Start promoting this everywhere. Put this out on your Instagram channels, right? Promote it. 8 o'clock every Saturday morning. Guys, I'm on show number 95. I'm always here, right? I'm kind of like a bad cold, but you're going to catch this cold every Saturday because I'm here. It's constant. It's a constant thing that we hang out together. So bring your friends in. Support the show more. I would appreciate that. I would like to see the live views again. Live views, you're not making anything from it. I'm just saying the more people in here, the merrier. I set everything up. I got all this camera gear running, the lights running. We want more people to be able to experience this amazing show every Saturday morning. So guys, thank you so much, man. Definitely get out there and ride. Hopefully take some of this story and some of this talk I had with you this morning to heart. If you do become monetized, let it go at that. You don't need Patreon. You don't need memberships on your channels. You don't need people's dollars. Live on your own dollars. Live on your own buck. My dad used to say the only way you're going to make it in this world is on your own. Don't expect anybody else to give you anything. And you're going to live a lot happier life because of it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me here this Saturday. I do appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Remember, ride your own ride, and you be careful out there. Check out the other channel if you're looking for Himalayan content. It's going to be there for you. I will talk to you next time. Take care, everybody. From the beautiful HDR studios here with my buddies, Custom Dynamics, in southwestern Pennsylvania, we are saying good day, good night, good morning. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye for now.